Hey guys, welcome back to another episode of Let's Play Plants vs. Zombies, and today I'm going to be doing something very ballsy. Guess what it is? I'm going to attempt the achievement where you take on a night level in this game with only daytime flowers. I know this is probably very suicidal. In fact, especially considering I haven't actually unlocked all the plants in the game, and you know, this achievement is almost, I don't want to say impossible, but it's really tough without some of the future plants, because some of the future plants you get that are daytime are very, very helpful with this achievement. But I'm just gonna attempt it, you know, just for the heck of it. I might die, but it'll be worth it, because then I'll realize, yeah, this is impossible without these future plants. But you know what? I'm gonna do it. I know it's very ballsy, but you know what? I'm just gonna do it. And we probably shouldn't do repeaters. Let's let's do snow peas. Okay, so everything except for repeaters, we'll just see how this goes, okay? So starting off with that one sunflower. Okay, I don't know why I'm drumming here, because I can't really sing, to be honest. I'm not gonna have, and if I can sing, it's not gonna be, you know, it's not gonna match the awesomeness that NCS's singing was. Granted, his singing wasn't perfect either, but mine was like a dying camel, so I might as well not even attempt it. I mean, I could, like, drum the table like so, but, you know, what's the point? You know, unless you can't really sing. I mean, unless you can sing, sorry. Alright, so yes, one thing you must keep in mind, it is very... The hardest thing about attempting this challenge is that you take a long time to develop your sunflowers. So, you know, with that, you're gonna be relying heavily on potato mines in the beginning of, you know, this level. So you gotta keep that in mind as you're developing your sun, or more like as you're doing this challenge. But I think as long as they don't throw the zombies at us too heavily, then I think we'll be fine, at least for this very start. But you know, as we get more and more sunflowers, it'll slowly increase the amount of production of sun we get. So, but still, this challenge is very, very tough, especially this early on in the game. Okay. I don't know. I'm honestly, like, kind of unsure about this. We need to get a new potato mine stat. Okay. All right. Here we go. We're doing okay. Just so far, we're doing. Man, I say that, the moment I say that, a cone head appears. Why? Why, game? Just why? Alright. Oh boy. What is this shit? That was the most random time to say that. I'm at this point, I'm just kind of saying, like, whatever comes to my mind, I suppose. Come on, we need another potato mine. We seriously need another one. Come on, big boy. Okay, there we go. If this potato mine takes too long, what I'm going to do is I'm going to put a walnut in front of it, assuming I can get it out fast enough to... it's not going to be... Well... oh, just barely! Just barely got that! Oh, man. I sound like I'm getting way too excited. I seriously am. Alright. So use a potato mine for that zombie there, and as for this one, hello! Say hello to Pea Shooter! Although that might be a little too late. I hope to God it's not too late. Maybe it isn't. Maybe. Just maybe. Come on. Yay! Yes! Yes! Who the hell says yes? Oh my God. Just get that walnut out there, dude. Dude! Just shut up, dude. You are being so annoying today. Alright, so here we go. There's another pea shooter out for this guy. This guy might be a little too close, so I don't know about this. It'll be a good thing to get those snow peas out real soon. In fact, actually, you know what I should have done? I should have just got those guys out first. But then again, we kind of need these guys fast, because... Oh, boy. Yeah, let's do this. Okay. So, walnuts are going to be really, really helpful. And, but they aren't as helpful if you don't, you know, manage them enough. Alright, come on. Let's get more pea shooters out. Okay, good. Good, good. Yes, yes, yes. Well, maybe we'll... Okay, maybe... Never mind. Never mind. Apparently I misjudged the power of the pea shooters. Even simple pea shooters can actually take out a conehead, but they just... but the coneheads will get pretty far across the board, so... You should not rely on pea shooters just to do, you know, one... You know, call them pea shooters. That's not going to cut it. No way, no how. So always keep that in mind. Other than that, this... I guess this is possible, maybe. I should not jinx myself, though. That's the number one thing I should not do here, is just jinx myself, because... You know, I might actually end up screwing up, and just like that. Okay. Well, then, here we go. Okay. What I need now is a... I need a cherry bomb or something. It's just something to take care of this guy. Something! Pea-shooter's not gonna cut. Well, you know what, guys? I'm gonna have to do this. There we go. Take that. Okay, so it's not the final wave quite yet, so we don't have to worry about the gravestones quite, or do we? Do we? No, we don't. Okay, those aren't there yet. Okay, we're fine. We're just fine. Alright, so what I'm gonna do here is... Let's see. Let's use the potato mine one last time. I shouldn't say one last time, actually, because I might end up using them again later, but still. Yeah, let's use it for these two zombies. I sincerely hope that it will actually take out these two zombies at once. Although, the problem is that I think the Conan's actually walking slightly faster than this guy is, so that's not a good thing. I don't think it's going to take care of both of them at once. It might if we're both lucky. If we're lucky, but I don't know. I seriously don't know. Yeah, of course, I was unlucky. What do you expect? This game just wants to work against me, but you know what? Since I'm a bit more focused on the game, I might actually not do as terrible. But I should not, you know, rely on that. More sunflowers, yay! Okay, so, okay, what is there to talk about? I don't know. I honestly don't know. But, one thing's for certain is that I am officially on winter break, but I've already said that more than enough times already. I've said in, you know, in like the last episode of Operation Krabby Patty and the last episode of, you know, this LP, so, you know, what else should I talk about? Oh! There's one thing I definitely need to talk about. This is actually this is something crazy that happened in my school recently. You see, on Monday last week, and by that I mean kind of this week because it still kind of is this week. On Monday, we actually had a strange incident at my school, actually, and it kind of affected the entire school day. Basically, it was supposed to be like a regular school day, you know, it starts at 7:45 a.m., then we get out at, 2:25, well, in my case, get out 1:20, but still. Yeah, so it started off like a regular school day, you know, first period went by, and it was about to end at 8:45, but then all of a sudden, we got an announcement, through the speakers in my class, that there had been a chemical spill at the chemistry lab. You see, I actually took chemistry last year, and we never had any problems with that, because the particular science teacher that I had, mostly, we just did, you know, paperwork in that class. We didn't really do any labs, so to speak. We did do some, and they were pretty fun, but they weren't, you know, exactly, dang, we need a cherry bomb. Yeah, simply put, we never really did that many experiments, and the ones we did do weren't really that dangerous, so we didn't have problems with that, you know, at least in my class. But, you know, this, some science teachers teach differently than others, and, you know, some actually do actually get their hands dirty, so to speak. Like, they actually, you know, have you do stuff that will teach you quite a bit of lessons in, you know, science. And in this case, this actually caused, you know, sort of an accident that was unintentional. Basically, okay, come on. I do not want to lose a lawnmower. Seriously, dude. Okay, fine, whatever. We'll lose one lawnmower, just one though. The only exception to this. Okay. So yeah, anyways, yeah, there was a chemical spill. They were doing an experiment, and it actually spilled. So I can't remember what the chemical was called. It was like well, I'll flash it on screen as soon as I remember what it is. But yeah, it was as soon as it was. Dang, what am I trying to say? Stop! I keep on getting distracted by the game because this crap keeps on happening, so stop distracting me, game. I'm trying to tell a story here. Here we go. There. Okay, so back to the story. So the chemical spilled on the student who was using its, foot, and I think they did have to go to the hospital, but I think they were just fine. From what I understand, they were just fine. So nobody was killed, nobody was seriously injured from this. But yeah, there was a chemical spill, and when there's a chemical spill in the building, they have to evacuate the entire building. I mean, the entire school. And this is ridiculous, because the class that I was in was out in the portables, which is like, I don't know, like how many feet away from the school. So, my teacher, understandably, was actually kind of pissed off that we had to leave the classroom, our classroom, which is out in the portables, which is away from the school. So, but it's like, I don't know. Please tell me this is gonna go out. Oh no, this is where it really becomes a problem. Well, actually, then again, we might actually have this, because worst thing's gonna happen is they're gonna activate all these lawnmowers. I think so. Actually, the focus should be on this zombie right here. This is the one guy that can actually make us lose this. So let's actually take care of this guy. No, 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 no. No! You are not gonna make me lose this level. You are not going to make me lose this level, zombie. I tell you, you aren't going to. I don't care if I have to pull out a cherry bomb at the last second. I'm going to do that, actually. It's seriously looking like I'm going to do that. Here we go. Yes! Oh, wait, not quite. Now, yes! Yay! I did it! Hooray! Oh my god, I can't believe I managed to do that. Holy crap. No Fungus Among Us earned, that's what it's called, yes. Complete nighttime level without planting any mushrooms. I can't believe I freaking did that. I don't know if that makes up for all the, failing I've done in this LP so far, but that is just amazing. And our second reward for being this level is the Ice-shroom. Temporarily immobilizes all plants all zombies on screen. Bleh. This plant is very, very useful when you have so many zombies on screen. Basically what it does, and I already explained this, but I'm going to explain it again anyways, is it actually temporarily freezes all the zombies on screen, which means they won't be moving for a few seconds. And then, on top of that, after they do start moving again, after they thaw it out a little bit, they're still going to be moving slow. So that's another reason that makes this plant really useful, especially in dire situations. So, keep this plant around. It's really very, like I said, very useful. And I will definitely show what its function is, in this level. But for the time being, we're just going to develop our sun again. But thankfully, now we're using Sunshroom, so it's going to go by a lot quicker, which is exactly what we need. So we're just going to put this guy out here now. Might be a little late, but that's fine. Doesn't matter. Whatever, we can just put out another one, because these guys are so useful. As if I've seriously been overusing the word simple lately. Okay, let's actually get back to the story. Jeez, you still didn't finish telling the story. Okay. So yes, we were evacuated, went out to the field. Again, my teacher's like really pissed off. And by the way, in case you're wondering what class I was in math class. But the thing is that I'm not actually math. I'm TAing, as in like I'm the math teacher's assistant. So I don't actually have to do math in that class, besides the math that you get from correcting homework, which is really not much. And so yeah, I was in that class, and we got evacuated, went out to the football field. That's where all the classes go when there's an emergency situation. Bleh. And so we kind of just waited there, and the principal came out and announced that what was going on. Basically, we had. And actually, the thing is that as we were walking down to the field, and then the actually part of walking down the field for us people out in the portables involves like walking in front of the school. And we actually noticed that the fire department was there. There's a fire department, there were police officers, there was everything there. And it was crazy. By the way, this is actually on the news, and I posted this on Facebook, the day it happened. And I'll post a link to it in the description below. I don't know if it actually allows me to link to other. Well, actually, I'm pretty sure it should. I don't know. I don't see what the problem with that is. But yeah, there's actually this entire news story this is actually a news story on the Everett Herald. So you guys should definitely check it out. If you want to hear the full story of it. But it's actually, it doesn't really share the full story though, that's another thing. Here's what the Ice-shroom does. It says you can see the zombies are not moving for temporarily, and here we get introduced to the Michael Jackson zombie, as everyone calls him, especially NCS. This guy is really, really annoying. He dances across the board, and he summons backup dancers, which will also do damage. So these guys can be pretty difficult, unless you use this. And it missed this zombie back. Whatever, doesn't matter. Okay, let's actually take care of this guy. He's coming towards us. That sounds good. Oh yeah, and also, when you use a Hypno-shroom on Michael Jackson zombie, the zombies he summons will actually fight for you as well. So that is pretty sweet. But what's not sweet is this guy's getting to the end. But you know what? There's nothing I can do about it. I don't really have any emergency plans besides this, but these emergency plans are... What the heck? I didn't know it's just... Oh my god, really? Just really, dude. Guys, you guys have no idea how disappointed I am myself. Ugh. Just gonna let this Konya get through. It doesn't freaking matter. He's gonna get through no matter what I do. Okay. Let's just get more of these things out, whatever. Okay. Alright, let's do this. Alright, so back to my story as this freaking zombie gets through and gets my lawnmower. So yes, as we went down to the field, we waited there for like literally what felt like 25 minutes until finally it told us to go to the other side of the field. So we did that. The entire school like moved to the other side of the field where we were near the bleachers. And let's see what happened after that. What happened after that? We were actually, after that we moved up to the grandstands, you know, by the track. So, on the edge of the field, I should say. And I am not paying attention. I'm seriously not. This is not good. He's gonna get through. He's gonna get through. I'm seriously about to lose my first level. This is not good. This is not good at all. No. I'm so stressed out right now. Oh my god. Well guys, now you get to see what happens when you lose a level. This is what happens when a zombie gets through. Past the lawnmowers, that is gone. This is what happens, guys. Oh, I should have got some emergency plans. I really should have. Here he goes, in my house. Can you please walk in my house faster? I want you to eat my brains faster so I can move on. Zombies eat your brains, whatever. Oh my god, I shouldn't even post this crap. But I told the story, so let's just try again. Screw this. I am not redoing this whole recording session. I tell you, I'm seriously not. I'm just gonna continue on with this and continue on with my story. Okay, so... But it's hard to tell stories when you're doing an LP because you have to focus on stuff. Such as getting the right plants out. But yeah. So eventually move up to the grandstands, and then, after like, seriously like, felt like 30 minutes later, we were then moving to the gym on the at the bottom of the school. So, and we were there for literally 2.5 hours. It seriously felt like 2.5 hours. And so, and during those 2.5 hours, this is what happened. It turned into a dance party. Literally, they were playing music and everything in the gym, downstairs at the school, while the fire department was upstairs dealing with the chemical spill. So, yeah, that's pretty much the story. And then after all was said and done, we went back up to our classrooms, and they had to actually, like, you know, block off all the classrooms that were near the chemical spill. So that had a massive, you know, effect on people's school days. And let's see. And on top of that, classes were so short. Like, they were literally only 15 minutes long after that. After first period, they were all 15 minutes long. Because of all that time we spent down the gym, you know, it's crazy. And so that's pretty much the gist of the story. If you want, you know, a better detailed version of the story, I suppose, you could actually go to the news story. So, yeah. I can't remember what it's called, but I know something to do with Sultan High School or whatever. Yeah, Solon High School is the high school that I go to, so yeah, like, yay, I get to see a new story on the school MCG goes to. Then, no, not that big of a deal. Okay, so now that we're more focused on the game, and now that we actually have, you know, emergency plans, well, I don't know about cherry bombs because they kind of cost a bit of sun, but that doesn't matter. As long as we're actually getting our stuff, you know, developed here, it will be fine. So I am so disappointed. I am like literally disappointed in myself because in the couple years I played this game, I have never ever lost this early in the game. Never this early in the game. In like the later worlds I can understand. It makes more sense, but not here. Just not here. So I don't know what has gone into me lately, but that has to change. It seriously has to. Alright, so we got clearly as much firepower as we can possibly have going against this Conehead, so if this guy still makes it through, I'm going to be so pissed off. Alright, let's get more firepower out. Prepare for this guy. I can't believe that Conehead got away without me noticing. I can't believe that happened without me noticing in the last time we did this level. That was so terrible. That's by far my worst performance in this entire game thus far. I mean, I swear. I swear by my life. Now, when it comes to Michael Jackson zombies, probably the most useful plants you can have are cherry bombs, because these guys, they automatically eliminate all those, you know, all those backup dancers. So, you know, you won't have to worry about them. Because naturally, if you don't get rid of them, and you only get rid of the Michael Jackson zombie, the main dancer in the middle, they're still gonna have the backup dancers going through and terrorizing your plants. So you need to take care of all of them, not just the Michael Jackson zombie, you know, in the very center. You know, there's a reason why people call him Michael Jackson zombie. I mean, hello, he's Michael Jackson. He's doing the moonwalk and everything. Of course, we saw it. Of course, early on this year, we did see moonwalking. You know, a piece of cheese. No, a piece of corn. Sorry, in Conker's Bad Fur Day. So I should not be surprised by anything. I mean, that's like 2 games we played this year that reference Michael Jackson. I mean, what the heck, man? Well, at least maybe this game. I don't know about this game being a direct reference to Michael Jackson. I mean, he did actually die like right before this game came out. Like, not even kidding. Like, the same year he died, this game came out. So it's quite possible they did kind of that zombie is possibly a direct tribute to Michael Jackson from PopCap. I'm not really sure myself. Honestly, I'm not. Okay, let's do this. Haha, try and get through that. Yeah, want to see you get through now. And now we're gonna use the snow pea for this guy. So, what are you gonna do now, punk? Yeah, I didn't think so. Okay, so this time we actually had the situation under control. Thank God. Because I was really not prepared to redo the entire episode just because of that one mishap. But here we go. This is the Doom-shroom. This mushroom does massive damage. You have no idea at all. Not the kind of massive damage that, you know, drugs do, but this shroom actually right here. Destroys a large area, leaving a crater in its wake. Yeah, that's the disadvantage to these mushrooms, is that when you use them, even though they kill a massive amount of zombies, like basically what they are is their powered up version of the cherry bomb. And when you use them, the whatever square you planted on, it's gonna have a crater there. Now, the problem with the crater being there is that you cannot plant any plants there until the crater goes away by itself, and that takes time that you simply can't afford to waste. So basically use this plant wisely is what my advice is. And with that, everyone, that's gonna be it for today's episode. Let's play Plants vs. Zombies, okay? So, next time, y'all, we're going to deal with more Michael Jackson zombies and more of these guys. And chances are we're probably going to finish off the night levels because I believe this next level is 2-9. So we should be completing off the nighttime levels next time, okay? So, yay on that. And thank you all for watching. Bye.